Hello again there, YouTube fans. This is the Real Creepy Doll Man here. I'm back. But this is not a new episode. It is September the 16th of 2019. Time is now 12:12 a.m. Okay. The Real Creepy Doll Man is going to do something different like I did last time. This is the Real Creepy Doll Man versus Demonology 101 Part 2. Okay. This will also be the final conclusion to this. So we'll leave off where we were at part 1. Now, a lot of people take special classes in college. They take algebra, which is math, take science, English, reading, arithmetic, they take French, you name it. But the one class they take the most, and I quote, is demonology. What is demonology on? Which is on the paranormal and the supernatural occurrence today that's going on in society. Now, it's going to be the Real Creepy Doll Man's knowledge versus the people who do the demonology. Not just in one area, but from around the globe. And there are people out there today that studies this. But little did they know that some of the things they study, they believe to be ghosts, can actually turn out to be false, because they can actually turn out to be demonic spirits, which are demons. And I quote. Now, what are demons? Well, the Bible states it many years. I had mentioned it before that it is mentioned in the Bible several verses that they appeared. And also when Christ came into the world to cast out demons from the sick and the dead and bring the sick and the dead well. And there was one man who was possessed by at least 13 evil spirits, which are demons, which are demonic spirits, that possessed this man. And he cast them out into pigs and sent them into the sea. It is mentioned within the Bible, which people do not today want to believe. But other than that I'm going to say this. There's a very famous quote, and I say this from a famous person known as Tony Sparrow, who is the son-in-law of, or stepson-in-law of, Ed and Lorraine Warner, who said it best: when you hear a knock at the door, don't let them in. What did he mean by that term? Well, he meant do not let in any evil spirits, or you can call it demonic spirits. Do not answer the door. But eventually, his method is only half true. See, he didn't explain it further, that you can actually accidentally bring them in when you have to either A, go out there to get your mail, or if you had to get the newspaper within the morning, or if you had to go to work, the department store, to the grocery store, or even, hardware store, or wherever you want to go, you can actually let them in either day or night, meaning morning, afternoon, evening hours, or even at night. Eventually, you'll have to go out to do something to accidentally let them in. See, these suckers are actually 100% invisible, so you cannot see them come in. The only best thing in the world is to bless your home before, re-enter. If you have any occurrence and quarrels with your family members, friends, neighbors, or anyone else, this is what to look for if you're being actually attacked by a demonic spirit. They like to attach to the mind of the person. What they'll do is this: they'll force you to attack your family members, whereby cussing them or get angry and show hostility towards them. That is one side that a demonic spirit is in your home. Other things is that they like to do other things besides that. Now, in the last ordeal that I didn't finish the segment, so we're going to finish the ordeal now, is saying, what else can a demonic spirit do? Well, they can imitate and mimic a voice. Now, if you can pick this up on an EVP recorder, or you can actually get it on a spirit box. There's other ways you can get it, you can get it on tape, on an old video camera, or even today on the new technology, which is smartphones or anything that's digital today. If you capture that, then that's a miracle. If you capture them in their true voice, when they mimic their darker voice and deeper demonic voice, then you know that is not human, which is an inhuman spirit, which is a demon. But another thing is they can, and I quote, in fact, mimic a human very well. I have shown this in one of my videos. It was called number 68 and number 69. Are they both cursed? Are they both haunted? Or are they both possessed? And in at 4:47, after I got done saying, is this doll 12 or 14 inches? After 4:47, you will hear a young woman's voice or an older woman's voice stating, "Help me." And I quote, that's what she said. This actually turned out to be a demonic spirit, which she later down the road told us her name. Her name was Betty Irma. Now, Betty Irma lived back in the early days, and I guess she went to hell for what she had done over the years. Did she sin? It is possible she sinned against God. Another thing is, and I quote, they are masters into using their power to imitate voices, because that is the number one thing they can use. They can imitate my voice or someone else's. They're good tricksters at that. No matter if they're male or female, they can do so. Like I said, they are the big identity theft artists, and they've been doing it way before, eons before man and Ian first started, hacking people and stealing identities on the internet. This has been going on way longer than that. Probably back to the time of Christ and then beyond that. But you gotta understand, they're the big liars and the big dealers there. Now, I'm going to state this, and I quote at the very end, that we did communicate with one spirit off record, and her name was Jasmine, and we didn't get the last name of Jasmine. She is called Jasmine, the possessed clown doll that she is attached to. And then so we found out she tricked us and lied to say that she was an 11-year-old little girl. In fact, later she told us the truth when we did communicating with our spirit friends, either part 1 or part 2. And in doing so, we found out that she wasn't a human spirit, but a demonic spirit. She told the truth that she, in fact, was a demon in disguise. So the first time she lied to us, off record. But then I got to get a little curious and put two together, that a good spirit would not threaten a person by trying to kill somebody. So that just told me to do the ordeal again and make her confess the second time when we communicate. So in doing so, I have done that with me and Creepy Ghost Hunter Jr. We've done this ordeal in a safer fashion, and we've done it by communicating with the spirit, by doing old Morse code through the flickering of the light. We can judge if they're good or evil. But I think, in fact, that the real Creepy Ghost Hunter Jr. may know Morse code, but then again, he may not. I believe he's doing something different that I quote, and I said this and I quote, he may be channeling the spirit, meaning within. That is something, a gift that I don't have. Meaning he can channel a spirit, and they can actually go within him and, use his body to, communicate through him. It is possible maybe that is the way they've been communicating with us. But there's something else going on within the realm today. That too many spirit dolls are made today due to people out there, maybe either devil worshippers or saint worshippers, making pentagrams and probably bringing them in through dolls, and to bring them into the real world to have the spirits to attach them for reason to keep them going, to go after good people who are, Christians or non-Christians. Another reason that there are several ways you can bring them in the world, and I quote this the last time, they can come through a portal, and there's several ways they can do a portal. Number one, a devil worshipper or a saint worshipper draws a pentagram and makes some type of sacrifice in order to summon a demon. They can actually put them within any object, that a doll or whatever. etc. They can do whatever they want to use it against man in their own evil way. Another way is that there are too many people out there today playing with Ouija boards, which I quote and I say is not safe and very, very dangerous. It is not a toy, and you can get possessed by a demonic spirit playing with that. Or you can bring a spirit in that will pretend to be good, and then eventually they will tell a lie, and then, try to connect with you, or even worse, try to attach to you, and then maybe possess you. You have to be careful of that, and I quote, take notes for that. There's several other ways you can bring them in. Another way is through a psychic and a media, plus tarot cards with people play with. That's another way to bring them in. And then the last way to bring them in, and I quote, and I've done this maybe accidentally because I was dumb enough to do it one time. I actually played a CD backwards with subliminal messages, satanic messages of the person who's singing the song. There are some rock stars, pop stars, rappers, and even maybe country stars out there that have subliminal messages within their message. So I say be careful of them. And it's not just in playing CDs backwards. The old way back then, you could do them through records and tapes and audio. That's how the old way. But a CD is sort of a new way to do it. If you have the right equipment that can play it backwards in reverse. And you have to be careful not to do that. That is another way you can summon the demon by accident. I say do not do that. So this is the Real Creepy Doll Man educating everyone on demonology. And I say this to all the fans out there, goodbye. And God bless you. And this is the final conclusion. Goodbye now.